with numbers, careless with their pain. Behind my table, safe from all their hatred, but drowning in the gold I thought I'd gained. Then you called my name through the shame and the blame, said follow me. Everything changed. Now the ledger of my heart shows a different kind of treasure, love that can't be bought or measured. You rewrote my story with grace.
Methodist.org. We are still in need of some additional photos. Please go to the website and send us any missing photos. Additional pieces of the website will be coming online in the weeks ahead. Also, it's not too late to join the Thursday evening Bible study at 5:30. These classes are building on the sermons each week as we explore in greater detail about how far they traveled, who they ministered to, and how they died. Consider joining us this Thursday from 5.
Information is breathtaking. The man who once used his literacy to record debts owed to Rome now used it to record the debt-canceling grace of the Messiah. The man who meticulously tracked financial transactions now meticulously tracked the words and deeds of Jesus. I mean, Matthew's gospel is a masterpiece of organization. It's structured around 5 major teaching sections, echoing the 5 books of the Torah. First, you get the Sermon on the Mount found in Matthew chapters 5 and 7, where he teaches about the ethics of God's kingdom, the kingdom of heaven. And just as Moses received the law on Mount Sinai, Jesus teaches from the mountain. Second, you get the missionary discourse in chapter 10, which are instructions to the 12 disciples as he's about to send them out to preach and heal. And it connects to the missional aspects of the Torah. Third, you get the parabolic discourse in chapter 13, the section that contains many of the parables. It focuses on the hidden nature of the kingdom of God and how God's truth is revealed through stories. Fourth, the discourse relates to the church and the community in chapter 18. This section deals with relationships within the community of believers. It shows how we forgive one another and how it works and how the kingdom community should function with one another. And when we get to the 5th section, the final section, it's the Olivet Discourse about judgment and the end times found in chapters 23 through 25. The final section focuses on judgment at the end of the age and the coming of the Son of Man. It brings Matthew's gospel to an eschatological climax, much like Deuteronomy concludes the Torah with Moses' final words and a vision of the promised land. Matthew's attention to detail become a gift to the church. His gospel has been read by billions of people over 2,000 years. The man who once excluded from the synagogue wrote the book that gives us the Great Commission. Not only did he give it to us, though, he lived it out through his words and his actions. According to church tradition, Matthew took the gospel far beyond the borders of Palestine. Early church fathers suggested Matthew ministered in Ethiopia and Persia or modern-day Iran. Some traditions put him in Parthia or others in Macedonia. The details might be debated, but the pattern is clear. Matthew, the man who once profited from the Roman trade routes, now used those same trade routes to spread the gospel to the ends of the earth. And here's what Matthew's story teaches us. Your past doesn't disqualify you. Maybe you're sitting here thinking, I've made too many mistakes. I've compromised too much. I've hurt too many people. God can't use someone like me. But that's exactly who God specializes in using. Matthew was a traitor, a thief, and a collaborator. And Jesus simply said, follow me. None of your past mistakes disqualify you from God's calling. In fact, they might be exactly what qualifies you. Because when God transforms your life, your story becomes a testimony to His grace. And Matthew shows us that God's grace is truly universal. It reaches the outcast, the despised. It reaches the wrong people. And it can reach you, and you can reach someone else on God's behalf. So now let's turn to Thomas after the resurrection. I mean, story, right? Thomas was in the upper room the first time that Jesus appeared. He was skeptical, and he said he couldn't believe unless he saw the nail mark and put his finger where the nails were and put his hand in his side. But on the 8th day afterwards, when Jesus appeared a second time and Thomas is there, once